And welcome back, YouTubers, to another hashtag TTH unboxing and review. So let's dive into it. A few weeks ago, when I got this set and started working on it, I did a very rushed unboxing and I wasn't happy with the way the video was, and so I decided to wait until I was finished with the models and then do a proper review. So as you can see, it's pretty much done boxed already. But let's dive into it now that the models have been done. So first things first, it was the Soviet Starter Force T-80 Shock Tank Company for Team Yankee. As you can see, in terms of books, you get your start there, booklet, and then your rulebook. I now have a few of those because I have been buying Team Yankee on the odd occasion, but now I'm officially getting into it. So I decided to start with this. One particular reason why I went for the Soviet force was because I'm actually creating a Georgian force. I got inspiration from the movie 5 Days of War when the Russians invaded Georgia, and I know that the Georgians were using Soviet equipment, so there's a few other vehicles I need to add to it, and then I'll use it as my main Team Yankee force, but I decided to go with a sort of a paint scheme for close enough to the Georgians, and it came out well in my opinion. Some of you who are on the Facebook group for Team Yankee World War III will have seen my posts of my force already, and I thanks for the feedback and the likes. I've been playing with these a bit on the table I've just done and playing with a few scenarios, and they fit the table as well. So let's dive into it. So in terms of the box art, fantastic thumbs up right there. You get a decent enough force in the box. I honestly, when I first bought this, I didn't even see the two jets. I thought it was just this, and that was sort of box art. But so for value, it's a brilliant way to start. The fact you get two attack helicopters and then your vehicles and that as well. And what's really cool is they've included these. I take it in. I haven't played yet, but I take it in gameplay. These are quite handy to have. You got the anti-tank version, and then you've got the anti-air version, and then also your scout version. I would have maybe included four of these, and then maybe another BMP or a maybe even a Stalin organ. The Stalin organ. Sorry, that is the Second World War version. I'm talking about the BM-21. I would have included one of those maybe, but then again, this is a shock force, so this is what you're going to get. I'm not going to dive hectically into the start there, booklet, and the rulebook, because those of you who know Team Yankee already know what they're about. This is basically just a chart on the vehicles you've got, a bit of a manual how to build them, and then, of course, it gives you card information on how to start shooting phases, moving, and all of that. But in terms of box art, fantastic box art. If we very carefully flip the box around without damaging too many things, so we just put that down by there. Let's flip the box around. And there we go. So, yeah, that's pretty much the contents of the box, what you get in it. And then, of course, as I said, you get the BRDM2 Scout vehicle. I have built a few of those, but the turrets are removable, so I can swap them out anytime. I think one of the main features for me personally was this fun little toy over there. I know it's quite handy in the game. It's got troop carrying capability, and it was just a really good value, honestly, guys. I mean, for a box this size, for what you pay and the contents you're getting in it. As you can see there, decal sheets, unit cards, rulebook, starting book, and then of course it gives you your scale on the back, 1 in 100, for those of you that are getting into it. So now let's dive into the main the main aspect of this video, which is the models. So if I zoom in correctly, that is my force. Yes, you are staring at one of the hinds that has been turned into a crash site. Unfortunately, when I was building these, somehow that particular hind model slipped out of my hand and hit the floor quite hardly, quite intensely, and some of the blades broke, and I just thought, no, well, that's a stuff up because you don't get spare helicopter blades. So I figured I'll turn it into a scenario piece, and it came out quite well. Again, those of you on the Team Yankee Facebook group will have seen this already. Got a huge amount of likes. I think it came out quite well. I used my inspiration from the Call of Duty Modern Warfare game where you invade the missile silo, and one of the Hinds gets shot down and crash lands on the silo pads. In terms of the scout vehicles, anti-tank and anti-air, I did one anti-air and one anti-tank, and then I did the 3 scout options over here. This one was just a bit of an experiment as another scenario objective, one in UN scheme with a bit of dirt. As I said, guys, these turrets are removable, so I can put the anti-air weapons or the anti-tank on. And then I was really pleased with how the BMP, BMP 3 Scouts vehicles came out. And then, of course, your T-80 tanks, which came out quite nicely as well. And then your jet, the Su-25 Frogfoot aircraft. I did magnetize this base and then put a bit of dirt on the base with glue and then painted it to camouflage it a little bit. So now this is completely magnetized, which helps. You do get a tall and short base for the planes, and then you get the tall and short base for the Hinds. This one hasn't been magnetized, unfortunately, because the top piece of it has got 2 end pieces. It's slightly too narrow for the magnets, so that is now currently loose. But really like the way it turned out. I did a plain Soviet green scheme, and then I used an army painter skeleton bone tan for the stripes. I got the color scheme off the internet for sort of Soviet war vehicle era paint schemes, and this was the closest I could get to some of the Georgian tank force schemes, and it worked. And then also the other addition I decided to add to give them a bit of quality, adding to the model, was I made bases for these, and then a bit of plaster, and then it just adds a bit of weight for moving around on the table. I know you don't generally need to add bases to these things. I just did myself, and then added some aerials, aka brush, sweeping brush broom needles, and I added them on as areas to add a bit more detail. And then of course the paint scheme, which I've already covered, and that was the gist and the main idea behind painting these. And as I said, I just think they add a bit more flair to the models, for displaying as well when they're not being used on wherever you guys display your models, on the shelf, on the table. It gives them a bit of a terrain effect. These bases over here are actually Flames of War infantry bases that I had lying around, and then 2 of the tanks, like that one and the one over there, I also did on some of the larger bases, but the rest I had to make and cut myself, especially for the crashed Hind over here. So that is the entirety of this unboxing. As I said, guys, in most of my videos, they are raw unboxings and videos, no animations, just telling you exactly what you get. I will be trying to better the quality of my videos as I go along, and if I forget anything, please put it in the comments. Recently I got a comment on one of my bolt action reviewing, and I need to look closely at the sprues a bit more when I'm unboxing. So this is sort of a readied unboxing. As I said, these have all been done, but this is what you get in the set. The other jet, by the way, has also been turned into a scenario piece. Yeah, it's also like a crash site. That's an objective. It's still on the table being worked on. So, but other than that, this is what you will get in that lovely box right over there. And then of course your book and your starting here booklet, your dice and your decals and your unit cards. But other than that, hope you guys enjoy the video. That is the Team Yankee World War III Soviet T-80 Shock tank company, and I have done it into a Georgian theme. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing, and let me know what you guys think. Those of you who play Team Yankee, let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to, as always, leave a like and hit that subscribe button. I'm aiming for 200 subscribers. Help me get there, and I will try my best to follow all my fellow enthusiasts out there in this hobby and subscribe to each and every one of your channels. As always, thanks for following me along this journey, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next unboxing. As always, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.